So here I wanted to do a quick overview of the predictions, how the point system is going to work for the ladder league predictions. This documents kind of where you're going to want to go if you want to see standings and updates about predictions. As you can see, this first sheet is the official standings, but it's broken down into 3 categories where you can earn points. First, the weekly totals. So each week a form will be sent out and you can predict the winner of each race. And if you predict the winner correctly, obviously you'll get points for that. Then you have top 8 totals, which at the very beginning of the event, you're going to choose who you think gets the first seed, the second seed, third seed, etc., all the way to the 8th seed, and that can get you points as well. And then finally, when the final bracket comes out and we get to that stage, each round we'll be doing a form where you can fill out who do you think wins each match, and that's going to be a final way of getting points throughout the tournament as well. Moving on, we're going to go into some more in-depth about how each of the types of points works. So first, starting with the weekly picks, as you can see down here in the individual selection section, we're going to have all of our participants in the pick'ems, and then you can see each week who they've picked in each rung. You obviously will get points for picking the right person. Each person will be assigned a value, and this value is based on a few things. So first, at the beginning of each week, we're going to anonymously form a couple people, and they're going to give a % chance that they think each person on a given rung will have at winning the race. And remember, this is only for first place, right? So I know in Ladder League, top 2 move up and third place goes down, but this, for predictions, we're specifically only doing first place. We're going to average out the percents from the anonymous form. We are going to plug it into our handy dandy betting odds calculator. So let's just say we get an average of 20% chance at winning their given rung. If you sports bet, you might recognize this would be a plus 400 bet. It's going to assign the value of 5 towards this person. So if you bet on someone who is at 20% likelihood to win the race and they win, you'll get assigned 5 points, versus someone who is, let's say, 50%, you're only going to get 2 points, and so on and so forth, depending on the percentage. We will now go to the top 8 picks, which these, like I said before, are going to be before the tournament. You're going to pick who you think is going to get seed 1, seed 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So let's just say, for example, you picked Zach to get the first seed. If he gets the second seed, he loses first match and then gets the second seed instead. That does not mean you're going to get the points. You have to get the exact seed correct, not whether or not they will make the top 8, but you have to get the exact seed correct. So as you can see on this sheet, it will store, once again, just the point totals, and once again, it'll show all the people who are in the pick'em, and then who they picked for the 1 seed, the 2 seed, the 3 seed, the 4 seed, etc. And as you can see, once again, the values. These, by the way, will have a ×2 value on top of them, just to kind of increase the stakes, since compared to the weekly picks, you're picking only 8 times versus the weekly picks. Obviously, we wanted to juice the value a little bit on the top 8 picks. Last but not least, we're going to move on to the final bracket picks, which these are going to be about as straightforward as it gets. So once the final bracket comes out, we're going to send out a form for the quarterfinal. You're going to predict your quarterfinal picks. Those will have a value on top of them as well. Same thing for semifinals and finals, and of course you have to get them right. Once again, just to spice it up, because it's the end of the tournament and there's only going to be 7 matches here, they will be 3 times the value of a normal pick. So something that has a value of, for example, 2.32 will actually have ×3 that value. The play-ins are also going to be part of the weekly picks. They'll just be assigned 0.5 the value of a normal prediction, so half the points you'd normally get. But once we are going to do that first form for the play-in matches, you're going to get assigned a role on Discord for the pick'ems, and you'll get added every week for when the new form comes out. So make sure you are attentive to that. Try to get all the predictions in for weeks 1 through 8, as well as your top 8 picks and final bracket picks.